The Battle of Grengam was the last major naval battle in the Great Northern War that took place in the Ledsan Strait between the island communities of Foglo and Lemland. The battle marked the end of Russian and Swedish offensive naval operations in Baltic waters. The Russian fleet conducted one more raid on the Swedish coast in spring 1721, whereupon the Treaty of Nystad was signed, ending the war. The main shipping route between the ports of Stockholm in Sweden and Turku in Finland passes through the Åland Islands. It enters the Ledsan Strait from southwest with Foglo on the south, east side and Lemland on the northwest. Anchorage was previously called Grengam, Swedish for Spruce Harbor. On modern maps, it is marked as Rotsgasfleden, after the larger of the two protecting islands. The smaller island is now called Granholmen or Granham's Island. It should not be confused with the island also named Granham in the Stockholm archipelago. The word Grengam, in the name of the battle, is a romanization of Grengam, which is the traditional Russian Cyrilization of Granham. The Swedish and Russian accounts of the battle differ significantly. Both sides agree that on 27 July 1720, a group of Swedish ships under Vice Admiral Carl George Seoblad attacked the Russian fleet and, in a pitched battle, had their 4 frigates captured by Russian sailors. The Swedish squadron, consisting of a 52-gun ship of the line, 4 frigates and 9 smaller craft with a total of 156 guns and over 1,000 Marines, made an attempt to attack the moving Russian fleet. General Mikhail Golitsyn managed to take an advantageous position in the narrow and shallow strait of Fliesesund and ordered his ships into a semicircular formation. The Swedish ship of the line and 4 frigates entered the strait in pursuit of the Russian ships. 2 frigates ran aground, making maneuvering for the rest of the squadron difficult. In the fierce battle that followed, all 4 Swedish frigates were boarded. The only ship that managed to escape was Seoblad's flagship. A small Swedish naval unit sailed right into the mighty Russian fleet, anchored at Granit. A fierce battle took place. The Swedes lost their 4 frigates after they had run aground, but the Russian losses became so heavy that the entire fleet quickly decided to withdraw from Åland, leaving 43 sunken ships and 1,000 dead Russians behind. The Russian losses prevented their navy from launching any further major operations until the war ended with the Treaty of Nystad the following year. Both sides claimed the outcome of the battle as their own victory. No significant naval battles took place between the Russian and Swedish navies after this one until Sweden's defeat in the war was sealed by the Treaty of Nystad. The Swedes lost 103 killed and 407 captured. The Russians had 82 killed and 236 wounded. 42 galleys were damaged, and Galley Westfish was abandoned and burnt after the battle. The Battle of Grengam demonstrated the skillful use of the rowing fleet in the Skerries environment and efficient reconnaissance and selection of the combat site, as well as perfect timing for the attack from different directions. The victory at Grengam allowed the Russians to consolidate in the archipelago, which was very important for carrying out operations against Swedish shipping in the area. 4 Swedish frigates ran aground and were captured by the Russian Navy. 43 out of 61 Russian galleys were either sunk by the Swedish force or burnt and abandoned after the battle. The Swedish Vice Admiral Carl George Seoblad was initially criticized after the battle, but when the scope of the Russian losses were discovered, he was praised. Russia celebrated the battle as a victory. Like the previous Battle of Gangut, the Battle of Grengam was fought on St. Pantaleon Day. In order to commemorate the perceived victory, a timber church to this saint was built in St. Petersburg in 1722. It was rebuilt in stone in 1735, 1739. The facade of the church has borne 2 marble plaques listing the ships and regiments that fought at Gangut and Grengam. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. If you have a topic you would like to suggest, leave a comment.